Dungeons.tech is essential for running my D&D games. With just the click of a button, I can generate as much as a whole city, complete with shops and NPCs, or as little as a single NPC. Let's take a look at it now. One of the NPCs is Libby Herman, a neutral, evil, half-orc rogue that is very charismatic. That sounds fun to play with. Go to Dungeons.tech to learn more about how you can make the most of your time as a DM.
Hey, I'm Jackson.
And I'm Dylan.
Join us as we play D&D adventures from the community.
We'll play an hour of a campaign we found online, and we'll let you know what we think about it.
So, Nick, how long have you been playing D&D?
So, very on and off. So I played a little bit in college, and then a little bit after college, and then once with Dylan. Actually, no, twice with Dylan. So not, I'd say probably since the mid 2000s, but not tremendously a lot of playing.
Yeah, you just like getting back into it recently?
Yep.
Sweet.
Yep.
Nick, do you have a favorite moment from a game from 20 years ago? Or
I did. So the one game I played, I was telling you about where I was playing a Knoll. I had a really cool moment where I kind of knew it was going to be like the last. Like I just had the sense that I probably wouldn't get invited back because they were kind of a small group and we were just filler characters in their game. And I knew that it didn't matter. I could burn everything. I could burn every action surge and bonus act, basically just put it all out there. So I managed to chain together like a really sweet series of like my character was running across to the top of a wall of like a fortress and like managed to like stab a guy and then like do a backflip from the top of the wall all the way down and land in front of a guy and then stab him in the back and like spin around and stab another guy. And I thought that was pretty cool.
Nice.
Yeah,
but
that's
cool.
That sounds cool.
The last attack I missed, but up until that point, it was feeling pretty great.
Yeah.
Did you end up surviving that, or did your character die?
I ended up surviving it,
Nice.
but we were kind of filler characters there was my brother-in-law and some of his friends had a running game, so
yeah,
they had a couple guys who couldn't make it, so I got invited in for one of the rounds.
Sweet.
Yeah, what you drinking, Nick?
So this is a. So the last time we were in Illinois, we were walking through the liquor store and we realized that Kraken rum like has state bottles now. Like I don't know if it's like limited edition like bottles with limited edition labels that say like Kraken attacks like Illinois. And then, when you look at the label, it's like a bunch of tentacles, just tearing up the city of Chicago and a bunch of other landmarks from around Illinois.
That's really cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And then they have one for Indiana too. And at the time, I was like, that's kind of clever, but I'm not going to spend $15 or something for a small bottle of Kraken. And immediately forgot about it. And then I was telling Christina about the rum that Duddy brought to the party on Friday. And she's like, oh, and she made like a noise like, oh, and then like suddenly like 2 bottles of rum appeared.
Oh, very cool.
Like she just had rum available.
Nice.
So
very cool.
So this is just your standard issue Kraken and Coke.
Okay. Nice.
Perfect. Dylan, what are you drinking?
Today I went with the cherry limeade.
Clear American.
Nice.
Clear American. Some would say it might be seltzer. Some would say it's diet soda. Who's to know? But
yeah,
it's crispy and it's sweet. That's all I care about.
There you go.
Nice. It's fizzy.
I got the fruit punch Truly. So
nice.
Nice.
I tried my first Bud Light. We're getting into the wrong podcast now, but I tried my first Bud Light seltzer. The strawberry is really good.
Oh yeah.
Oh
yeah.
Man.
Very
was that
good.
on Friday?
Yeah, on Friday at Orion's.
Nice.
Those are good. We'll save that for another time. But yeah, I may be jumping on that seltzer train.
Yes.
It's light. It's crisp. Stop me now.
You can lose weight while you enjoy the flavor better.
And get soused.
Very slowly though. Like you gotta drink a whole pack of it.
Yeah. All right. Nick, if you had to swap places with any character from a campaign you played or anything you watched, but you have to take their spot, and the character would take
man.
your spot.
Like in game or like in real life?
So
Both.
you would go in both. You take their spot in the game, they'd have to take over your real life.
My real life? Oh man, I'm pretty content where I'm at. I don't like most of the so I watched very minimal like campaigny type stuff like on YouTube. So like man, I don't know that I'd want to. I don't know if I'd want to hop into any of the games I've listened to because I'm ill-equipped.
There's always something really bad going on.
Yeah, they're never just
Like,
chilling.
They're always up against some like global calamity, like that's gonna end life as everyone knows it. And
yeah, exactly.
The problem with fantasy adventure is they have to start in the worst possible place possible.
Yeah.
Like I don't think my career as a software developer has equipped me to get into one-on-one Mortal Kombat.
Sure.
Yeah. This reminds me of this podcast I listened to. Don't judge me when you hear this. It's called Dungeons and Daddies. Now, I heard my wife just snarl
in the background.
It's really good. They start out, their characters are level 1, like middle-aged dads, and then something happens and they're in a fantasy world. It's awesome. I only listened to like the first 3 years, so it was really good. I just didn't have time to listen to it further. So
yeah, like awesome. I think I've listened to an episode or two of that. The ones I've listened to the most are looking on my phone here. So there's a podcast called The Dungeon Run, which is run by a dude named Jeff Kanata, who's pretty cool, and he does a lot of other things. But it's a pretty high production value affair. Probably not quite as high production value as like something like Critical Role, but that's what it's aspiring to be.
Yeah.
And then the other one I listen to pretty frequently is called The Adventure Zone, which is the McElroy brothers, like a Bam, and that's pretty fun. That's more like kind of comedy role playing.
Yeah,
than
I enjoyed the few I listened to of that one.
Yeah, sweet. You guys ready to jump into this?
Yeah,
let's go.
Okay. This module is called the Metal Meteor. It's from Kassoon.com. All right, let's just jump into it. So you guys are adventurers, obviously. You've been traveling together. You've been heading between towns. You're on like a 5-day journey through like pretty thick woods to get to this next town named Bowtail. You'll know it's a town like in the middle of the woods. But on your second night traveling, you guys set up for camp. And as you're laying there starting to rest, you both notice a pretty significantly large shooting star go by. And that's pretty much all you guys encounter for the rest of the trip to this town. So we're going to skip ahead to you guys entering this town. Nick, you want to go ahead and describe your character?
Yeah, so my character's name is Killian Stonewright. He's a level 3 variant human fighter, kind of specializing in kind of distance weapons. So he's got a halberd, and he's kind of he's got a short sword, I think, as well. But mostly he tries to keep people a little bit off of him.
You said it was Killian?
Yep, Killian.
Okay, awesome. Dylan?
What race are you, Killian?
Variant human.
Okay.
Just human.
Sweet. Dylan, what's your character looking like?
Right next to him is Lilith. She looks like a nun, and she's got some horns sticking out the top of her hood. She's a tiefling, and she's got a solid. It's a solid like cloth shield. It's not steel shield, but like a solid cloth shield. And she's got a mace on her back. So she's like very mixed look. She's her name is Lilith. I think I said that already. Yeah, and she's got a mace on her back. And she's got like the normal like nun outfit, but she's got a shield and a mace.
Nice. What class is she?
She is a cleric.
Yep, and Killian's a fighter, but he's a kind of special or out of the soldier background. So like he was kind of previously a foot soldier in some army and is now just wandering the countryside looking for work.
Okay, awesome. And then just for story's sakes, we'll say you guys met up and started traveling together sometime prior to this.
Souls need saving, and yours looks like it needs saving.
All right. So as you enter the town of Bowtail, you'll see it's like a clear, wide road, and then on the edges is trees, and like up in the trees are all the townspeople built their houses, like high up in the trees, but all the shops and taverns and stuff are down on the ground. It's all made out of wood with candle lights, and it's just very like nature focused. Like you can tell they really appreciate the land. There's a fountain in the middle where everybody gets their water from. And you'll see various shops on both sides of the road. And there's a few people like out and about, but it's not a busy town at all. And what would you guys like to do? You guys are free to roam around.
What is it like? Is it kind of a rural feeling, or is it kind of like fancy upscale, like elfish kind of feeling, or what's the deal?
It's pretty rural. It's not like they don't look impoverished or anything, but they definitely are living off the land. You can tell like most of them are they're not afraid to work with their hands. It's not snooty at all.
Gotcha. Does would we have any background history on like why the town like is kind of on the ground, but some people live up in the trees?
Roll a history check.
Ooh, Killian doesn't know anything about that.
I'll roll one too.
Okay, go ahead.
Let me roll that history check.
He's got a -1 to history.
Ooh. Lilith got a 13.
Okay, you remember reading about it in a random book from way back then, and you remember that like the people in this area used to believe in like spirits that would roam the forest, but they couldn't climb, like they could only walk on the ground. So a long time ago, people built the houses up higher in the top of the trees, but it's kind of just become legend. It's not really a modern belief anymore. That's just where the houses are now.
I still clench my crucifix. I like holding my rosary.
Killian just kind of takes in the visage of the situation. Just kind of, he's never really seen anything quite like this because he's used to, smaller towns that are all land-based and battlefields. So he's not. This is kind of a fascination to him.
You'll see there's like an inn on the left, and then a few restaurants. You'll notice a blacksmith shop a little ways ahead on the left side, with a dwarven woman rustling about over there. You can hear her talking to herself. On the right side, you'll see a scroll house, a kind of a general wares shop, and a tavern.
I could go for a bite to eat. What about you?
Yeah, that sounds good. We've been on the road for a bit.
Yeah.
But Killian kind of takes his hand off his sword and kind of dusts off and does a quick check to see if he's got any money on hand, which he does a little bit.
Yeah, we'll find the place to eat, the inn.
Cool. So you guys will head to the Enbu Inn, which was generated by Dungeons.tech.
Nice.
So you guys enter the inn. You see like maybe 2 or 3 people just having it's afternoon time, so it's just having like light snacks and drinks. It's very quiet. There's a halfling behind the bar named Jamal. Seems like he owns the place. And welcome in. Have a seat wherever you'd like. He's kind of like washing some dishes.
Well, I think we could find some work to do while we're in town. I'm about to spend the last of my money here. Wouldn't mind finding a job in town somewhere.
Yeah, I'm getting pretty dry as well.
Yeah.
And so on that note, Killian's going to walk up to the bar and says, "What's your name, sir?"
Oh, I'm Jamal. What's your name?
Hey, Jamal. What's your special around here?
Well, we're known for our barbecue. We work in partner with the CC barbecue, just the building next door, and we also have a wheat ale.
Killian's down for an ale. Pour me one of those.
You remember from your time with Sister Lilith that she can drown in those wheat ales. She will want 2 or 3.
So he starts pouring
Jamal,
one.
What is a couple people around here got to do to find some work?
Are you looking for work? We don't have a lot of work, but I would check with Orif over there at the blacksmith shop. She's been going on and on for the last few days trying to get someone to do a job for her. That's Orif. She's the dwarven lady over at the blacksmith.
Gotcha.
And he hands you the ale.
Cool.
Yeah, Killian proceeds to kind of lean back in his chair and starts drinking his ale a little bit, and kind of looks over to Lilith just to see if she's ordering or if we're going to make this a longer stay, or if she's itching to get on to finding work.
I'll just finish this drink here, and I'll be good to go do some work. Ask that
That's probably wise.
Nice woman.
Yep. Killian slams his back and says, "Much obliged, Jamal," and pitches you a couple coppers or whatever, however much the ale costs.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Check with Orif. And then he grabs the copper and the glasses, heads back to the bar. You guys will notice as soon as you exit the door, it's just right across the street is the blacksmith shop. It's a very small town, easy to find.
Killian's gonna march over there and kind of on his way over, he's gonna kind of scout the situation a little bit, see what's happening over there. He doesn't. That ale's taking effect. He rolled a. What am I doing here? I like perception. Yeah, he rolled a 6, so he's not perceiving a whole lot.
So you guys won't really notice much on the walk over there.
Yeah.
As you get closer, you can hear just normal blacksmithing noises, hammers clanging on metal, and about 2 or 3 different sets of footsteps going back and forth. And then you can hear a dwarven lady just kind of talking nonstop as you get closer.
Would you like me to lead the way, sister to sister here, or would you like to go talk to her?
I think I'll let you lead here.
All right. What was her name?
I think the dude in the bar said Orif.
Orif. Excuse me, ma'am. We're looking for an Orif.
As you walk in and say that, you just hear this dwarven lady just, it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, but I have to be stuck here working. And
hold on. Once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
Oh, hello. I'm Orif. Can I help you? Are you here for some armor or weapons?
Nah, me and my compatriot here are pretty well set in that regard. I think. Hey, Killian, you good on armor, or are you gonna buy something?
I think I'm over provisioned, actually. Kind of pats himself on the chest, and because I think I'm good.
We're actually the opposite. You see, we are well equipped and looking to use our equipment. And I could have swore I overheard you say once in a lifetime opportunity. And
she kind of freezes and drops her hammer and looks at you. She's like, "You guys are looking for work?"
Absolutely.
Most days.
She said, Mike, I'm going to take a 5. And she heads outside with you.
Nice. Yeah, Mike, she'll be right back.
So once you guys are out on the porch of the blacksmith shop now, and she starts talking. She's like, I don't know if you guys noticed, a few nights ago, there was a massive meteor that hit just east of here. I've been trying to get some people to go mine it. I just know this meteor has arcane properties, and it has the most magical metal that I would have ever laid eyes on if I could go get it myself. If you guys are willing to go get some of that metal, mine some from the meteor, and bring it back to me, I'll make you both a set of armor out of this magical metal.
Ooh.
I could use some magical armor.
Yeah.
How do we? How do a couple of non-mining types know what they're looking for?
I think you'll know. It was a big meteor. It did damage on the way down, from what I've heard from the travelers coming back.
We'll go east, and then we'll stop at the hole.
Yeah, absolutely. I heard reports saying it hit the fort about 10 miles from here. I don't know exactly how to get there. You might check with there's the scroll house. They might have a map.
Ooh.
Or if you want to just head east, you could probably find it.
Let's. You served in the military. Do you know what? Maybe you know what fort they're talking about.
I'll do a quick. What kind of role we thinking here? Probably just.
Would that be like history?
Probably.
Oh man, 4.
Oh,
I need to bust out my. I think I need to bust out my real dice here. This is the iPad's killing
the digital die.
Yeah, I am not from around here, so I don't know a whole lot of forts in the region.
Let's go to the scroll house. I got a couple.
I'd probably know a fort if I saw it though, but knowing which direction to head would be good.
Yeah, let's go to the scroll house. Thank you, man. We will bring that the whatever we can get out, and we will bring it to you.
Yes, good luck. I hope you can do it. I'm very excited to work with this metal. She picks
Do we
up
need
the
any
hammer
kind
and goes back inside.
of tools or anything to collect that?
Oh yes, I'm glad you mentioned that. And she hands you both little like kind of pickaxe hammers. They're not super heavy, but they're much sturdier.
Oh, boy, am I glad I brought you. We'd have walked to the mines and realized we didn't have no pickaxes, and we'd have turned around.
Yeah, military makes you detail oriented.
Yeah.
Do you guys have bags? Oh,
Yeah,
here.
we
She
have
hands you both
bags.
some like burlap sacks. You can put some rocks in once you get them.
Some rocks.
Some metal fragments. All right, thank you. I'm excited to see what you bring back. And then she goes back in.
Beans. So there's a scroll house in the near vicinity we're looking for.
Yeah, it's just you'll notice 2 buildings down from where you are on this just same side of the road you're on. It says the Medhurst Scroll House.
Well, let's go over there and walk to the scroll house. We just walk right in.
Okay, as you guys walk in, it's a very small room, but there's tons of papers, parchments, some rolled up, some unfolded all over the shelves, and there's an old elf lady behind the counter. She, oh, hello, my name's Betty. Can I help you? I've never seen a tiefling in here.
Oh, don't worry, ma'am. We're looking for a map to get to the fort down yonder east, I believe. We're just needing a map of the area to get there.
Oh.
A little easier.
Oh, I think I have one. She walks over to like a file binder, starts digging through it. As she's looking, she's like, what are you guys looking at the fort?
Oh, well, there's apparently some meteor that fell.
Ah, you talked to Orif, didn't you? She's been going on and on about that meteor. She pulls a paper out. She puts it kind of face down on the counter. She says, it'll be 4 gold.
Can I see the map?
2 gold to see it.
Oh, what?
She doesn't want you to be able to just look at it and figure it out real quick and then not buy the map.
Can
An old woman needs to make a living.
4 gold though. Killian, what do you think?
It sounds a little steep.
Sounds a little steep.
He's gonna look at her and try and persuade her with his 13 charisma roll. What about 1 gold is what we got at the moment. We're a little light on cash. We've been walking for a few weeks with not a lot of work.
She said, how about I let you see it for 1 gold, but you can't take it out of here for less than 4. I'm sorry. She goes ahead and flips it over.
That's cool. I give her my 1 gold, and we both take a good long look at it.
Yeah, feel free to study it. Just let me know when you're done with it.
Okay.
So as you're looking at the map, you see you can figure out the town where you are currently, and to the east is more forest, but you'll see a path going through the trees, and It eventually hits the coast of a great lake and a little bit like east until you hit the coast, and then north is you'll see a fort that's kind of out on the lake a little bit. But it seems pretty straightforward to get to if you just follow the path east out of town until you hit the water and then head north.
All right, I got it. What about you, Killian?
Feeling pretty good. Let's go get some meteor, or at the very least, check out this fort.
Yeah.
All right.
Maybe there'll be some zombies with some cool metallic arcane things.
We can only hope.
Of course, she takes the map back and good luck. We're all excited to know if Orif is crazy or not. And she just rolls the map back up and puts it in a binder.
You know, I didn't even think that she might be crazy. Does that mean I'm crazy?
Yeah, what do you know about this Orif? What's your name, Betty? You seem to think maybe Orif is not all in the head.
Oh, I don't want to talk bad about her. I just know she has, she tends to get pretty excited about things that other people just might not get as excited about. We've all seen shooting stars before, but she's fixated on this one for some reason.
Oh, well.
Well, yeah, we'll
I've
go.
worked for worse.
Yeah. Before I became a woman of the cloth, I played music, and I played for exposure, not even for money. So this beats that already.
Well, I hope you get some money.
Oh, thank you, Betty.
She kind of spins the gold in her hand. Tell it's like the first big payday she's had in a while.
Dope.
Cool. So you guys head out.
Walk in.
Okay, so you guys head out of town. You can find the path really easily on the east side of town. Or you guys want to do anything else in town? Or you want to head off?
No,
I'm good.
I'm good. We got our beer. We've got got some provisions. It didn't look like that far of a walk, so
We got our drinks. We got our quest. What more could we want?
yeah,
Perfect.
we're solid.
Yeah.
We have a vague promise of magical armor. I mean,
Yeah. All right, as you guys take off, the path winds through the woods, but it's not too thick. It's kind of a nice walk for a while. You admire just different like birds and kind of like land creatures, animals just foraging in the forest. It's just kind of a relaxing walk. And then up ahead, you start to smell like water in the air, and you make a turn around a few trees, and it opens up, and you can see the Great Lake as you're walking up. You'll notice, up ahead, probably about still a quarter mile or so, you'll see some people sitting on rocks up ahead towards the water.
Do you want to go talk to them, or do you want to just keep on going?
yeah, So Killian is gonna try and take a good look at those guys to see what he can see about them sitting up there, and it looks like the 13 perception.
Okay, so you look ahead, and you can see all the men are kind of older men. They've got long beards. They're all wearing kind of old, tattered robes. And then there's one guy that's wearing much nicer robes. He looks younger, more groomed. Like his beard is cut short, and he looks much better than the other men. And he's standing up. They're all sitting.
Wonder if these guys kind of up ahead look a little bit like they might be like clergy or monks or something. They're all wearing robes, or cultists. That's always a possibility, I suppose.
Yeah, not everyone has seen the light, and it happens. You want to go talk to them, or shall we just keep?
They are sitting on the path.
Oh, they are on the path, so
They're on the path.
That or go around, and this outfit does not go well in thorns, so.
Yeah. Is that at a 13? Did it look like they were potentially threatening at all, or just kind of milling about doing their thing?
You couldn't tell really, but you did notice all the people sitting. They're pretty old. They're physically no threat there.
Well, I say we walk up and introduce ourselves and see how they're doing. And I take my halberd and I just kind of put it behind my neck and kind of walk up like this. Like
Nice.
they not trying to be overtly threatening or anything, but just hey guys, gun show. Let's.
Cool. So as you guys are walking up, you start to hear the man that's standing. He's just kind of talking, and it sounds like he's preaching. As soon as they see you, they all turn and look at you, and there's welcome, travelers. Come join us. And they kind of like scoot over. They're all sitting on like big rocks, so they kind of make a spot for you. As you kind of get a little.
Looks like your Lilith. This kind of looks like your sort of situation.
Yeah, I don't have to listen. We can keep going. As interesting as this may be, let's just sit here and see. Make sure he's preaching truth.
They look over you and they say, "Do you guys know of Jonas here? He was sent here by the gods. He's the only god to physically walk the earth." And they're all kind of chiming in these different. To you guys, sounds like craziness about this man.
Oh,
and he's just like, oh, children. Even though they're like double his age, he's like, we don't need to go boasting on to strangers. And the followers keep jumping in, not really giving you guys even a chance. And they're like, he's done major miracles. We've all seen it. He has unstoppable power.
Well, Jonas was the name.
Yes, my name is Jonas.
If that's true, then what's the most important commandment?
Immediately, one of the followers is like, she's challenging him. And they all start chiming in like, how dare they challenge him? Jonas,
no, we mean no disrespect. We're just a curious folk.
They say, it's too late for that. You guys must duel. Then you'll see his true power.
Oh boy!
And you can.
I don't want to fight Jesus.
Jonas, you can tell his face is kind of. He doesn't really want to do this, but all the followers are just kind of like chanting down. There's like duel.
Okay.
They look at you and they're like, which one?
Oh, well, if we're going off initiative, mine's -1. Do you want to roll initiative to see who?
Yeah, whichever of you want to fight Jonas.
I really don't want to kill a man of the cloth if I don't have to. I did roll a 17 though.
Yeah. I think you're gonna jump out in front of me because I just rolled a 9.
Jonas kind of walks away from the group a little bit, hoping you'll follow.
Yeah. I take my halberd down from behind my neck and kind of like twist the handle a little bit, make sure she's ready to go, but like kind of still holding it up like I'm not quite ready to start using it. But I follow Jonas over to where he's going. He looks back at his children, and he's like standing very powerful and turns his back to them and kind of leans into you and just, buddy, you got to help me out here. I'm in too deep. These people started following me. I told them I could do a miracle, and somehow it worked out, but I didn't do it. But if I lose this duel, they're gonna crucify me. Will you let me win? I have gold. Hey, you know what? If you've got gold, man, I'll take a hit or two for gold. What are you gonna do? Some sort of voodoo zap, or you got
It'll have to be convincing.
Ooh, okay.
If you do this, I'll give you. He kind of pulls out a little bag and 3 gold. You can tell he doesn't have much money.
I'll take it. I'm down 1 gold for the day, so that'll net me 2. I'll take it.
Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. With that, he's going to cast Guiding Bolt right in your face.
Amazing.
Let's see. It'd be a 6 to hit.
Oh, no.
It does not hit, not even remotely.
So he shoots it, and it just like goes off the.
And I just like fall.
And I just go. The worst like basketball court. Like, I just got spelled, just dropped to the ground.
Yeah,
he looks over at the his followers and they just all look kind of confused. He looks back at you. It is your turn.
Oh, never mind. I don't know what's going on. I'm watching. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, it's your turn, Killian.
Killian's gonna I guess he's gonna use his action to get to his feet. He fell down, or fake fell down, and then he's gonna take 2 big steps back and say, I didn't wake up this morning to start fighting with a priest. And I kind of hold my halberd out like I'm getting ready to attack you.
Okay. He's going to All right, he kind of looks back at his followers, back at you, and then he casts Sacred Flame on you. Go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw.
Dex saving throw. Dex. Boop. That is an 11.
11. Okay, so it's going to hit you.
Okay.
And it'll be 8 points of fire damage.
Cool.
So with that, as soon as that hits, you hear all the followers start cheering and chanting. It's like, Jonas. The one closest to you, Lilith, is like, I told you he's God on Earth. And then it'll be back to you, Killian.
I'm currently futzing with my hit points. Okay, so that was, you said 8?
Yeah, 8 points, yeah.
Yep, all right, good. I kind of look at Lilith. What is the look on Lilith's face at the moment?
Can I make like an insight check?
Sure.
Or something? I mean, I rolled a 14. I'm kind of off put. Okay, this guy obviously, being a cleric, looks like he's a cleric, possibly. What level of power does it seem?
It seems pretty low.
Like level 1, level 2.
Let me see. It would be...
Or is it like an alkalite? Like...
yeah, a first level.
Okay. I'm just kind of just waiting. And whenever that guy sitting next to me said that, I'm just, I'm just kind of sitting there wondering why you fell from that guiding bolt earlier. And
Killian is gonna kind of they're all watching me too, right?
Yeah, you guys are probably about like 20 feet out, and there's all eyes on both of you. Yeah.
Cool. I guess Killian is gonna pat out the smoldering smokiness from the firebolt, and he's just gonna say, he's like, "We better get out of here!" And he's gonna start running, kind of further down the path to just like leave these guys in the dust and keep on moving towards the castle or the fort.
It was nice meeting you, sweetie. Here's my card. I hand it to the guy next to me, and I say, Angarada is the answer. And I hand the card, and I run off.
As you guys start running off, the followers chant, start yelling. They're like, "No, don't let him get away!" So he's gonna shoot another guiding bolt at you.
Come on, dude!
Really?
Come on, guy!
Come on, guy! Dex saving throw, or no? You're gonna
roll a hit with an 18. Does that hit?
Yeah, that just hit. That hits.
Oh my God's name! Cool. It's pronounced Angarath. Sorry, I said it wrong.
Oh, gotcha.
It's gonna be 15 points of radiant damage.
Holy cats!
Oh
okay.
My gosh!
How are you looking right now?
I mean, not super good. I'm pretty low at this point.
You can tell you guys aren't quite far enough away yet, and
yeah. So do I get the sense that this dude has any kind of healing powers, or is he just all like flashing?
Go ahead and roll a insight check. Dylan, you can too if you want.
Mm-hmm. You got
So
it.
I rolled an 8.
8. Okay.
8. I rolled a 15.
Okay. So, Killian, you're still not sure. You're still thinking it's like a show, but you're kind of getting worried.
Yeah.
Lilith, when you look at him, you can tell like he has murder in his eyes now, and he's gonna try to not let you guys get away.
Really?
I'm gonna. Oh boy, we're gonna have to kill this man, aren't we?
It's like, I guess that's going to be what's happening here because if I don't do something, I'm not going to be walking out of this one.
Oh, okay. Well, if I can interject myself into the initiative here, I'd like to roll. I'd like to cast Cure Wounds on my friend here.
Yeah, go ahead.
At first level.
At first level.
That's 10 points of healing to you, darling.
Much obliged. That's fantastic.
I get my shield up and I pull my weapon out and I kind of yell at him. I say, "Listen here, friend. We don't want no trouble, but we will." I look around. Kick your ass.
Yep. It's like I'll let you hit me once, but you hit me a second time in the back when I'm leaving you be. We're gonna have words. And I flip my halberd down, and I'm assuming it's my or her turn. Or I know she just used her turn, right? So
yeah, it'll be your turn, Killian. You'll notice as soon as that just happened, like you can see his face kind of drop, turn white, his legs start shaking a little bit. But yeah, it'll be your turn.
Cool. I'm going to. How far away did I manage to get from him before he shot me in the back?
Not far, probably like 10 feet. He was quick to try to.
Quick to blast me. Okay, yeah. So he is not in. He's still in range of the halberd. So I'm gonna take a swing at him.
Okay.
That's a 21 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Cool. That is going to be. That's going to be 12 damage, and then as a bonus action, because so I've got a polearm master, so I'm going to take a big swipe for 12, and then I'm going to whip it back and hit him with the backside of the club for an additional 4. I got too carried away with the. There we go. For an extra 4, so maxed out 4.
Okay, so the 12 and then 4.
Yep.
Okay. So yeah, you'll notice when you do that, from where you hit him, he starts gushing blood, and he's you can tell he's like super scared, the most frightened he's probably ever been in his whole life, and he's gonna just panic and try to shoot a guiding bolt at you again. Does a 15 hit?
No, it does not.
Okay, so he's like shoots it, but he's shaking too much. He goes straight into the ground, and he looks back at his followers. They're starting to look concerned, and it's gonna be on to you, Lilith.
How far away am I from him?
You would have been right next to him, so 10 feet.
Okay. I'll take my action to look at his followers and look at him and say, "Jonas, why did you have to deceive these people? You obviously are not a god." And I will cast Healing Word on him, and I will look at his followers and say, "If you all want to truly know the truth and love, you will follow Angarath." And I'm going to cast Healing Word at second level, or at first level on him.
You're going to heal him?
Yep. That's 11 points. And yeah, I'm looking at him with "Do not mess with me. Take it and leave."
Okay, so you heal him for 11. You can see his the big slash that he just got that kind of closes. It will be Killian's turn first.
Killian is gonna he's gonna take. I'm still within 10 feet, so I'm within hitting distance. Killian's gonna kind of put his halberd down like he's getting ready to strike, and he's gonna take a look at Jonas, and he's going to use intimidation to say, "Brother, you want to end this fight now?"
Ooh.
Nice.
And
Okay.
I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna roll nat 20.
Nice.
Perfect.
Plus 3.
This guy has a puddle under him.
Yeah. So,
Okay, yeah, so he's shaking. You can see he's terrified, and at this point he's not even looking back at his followers. He's just like locked eyes with the two of you, and he just says, I'm sorry, and he like drops his money bag, and he says, like, as he like starts to run past you, he's just, I'm sorry, keep him away from me, and like he just takes off into the woods. You look back, and his followers are looking very upset, and they're like, what? And like start to hear him like, oh, he was a fraud, and they all get very upset. But
oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. You're good. They're just over there like throwing a fit now.
Now, Angaroth, the queen of Arvander, can hear you now. She knows that there's things in the world like this young man that look tempting to follow. But if you trust in Angaroth,
one of them picks up a rock and throws it at you.
Oh, come on. I love it.
But with a 3, it just hits the ground right now. Blasphemy.
Well, obviously, your souls are not ready to take the truth, so we will walk on. I'll look at the one I was sitting at. You have my card, and I have my mace. And I'll kind of just give him the look.
Killian's gonna. I'm assuming are we out of combat at the moment?
Yeah, we're out of combat. Yeah, he is. He's took off into the woods. There's no trace of him.
Killian's gonna walk over and grab the bag, little sack of money that he dropped, and do a quick inspection.
Cool. There's 5 gold in there.
5 gold. Like Lilith, I think you're in this one. I pitch it over to her.
Thank you. That young man Judas I was talking to, he just seems troubled. Really, I think if it wasn't us, it was going to be him that took him out, honestly.
Yeah, the followers are, by this point, they've all kind of taken off different ways, just kind of trying to return back to their life before they start following this guy. So maybe 10 minutes go by or so, and it's just you two now. Everyone else is gone, so...
Dope.
Go and roll a perception check, both of you.
Mm-hmm. To see if we walk in circles.
I roll a 18.
15
okay.
for me.
You guys look up across the water, and you'll see, not too far out there now, a big structure that you assume is the fort. So if you just follow the coastline, it'll take you there.
Cool.
Well, it looks like we're getting close. I'll get my pickaxe. I'm ready to try this mining thing out.
I kind of put my halberd back on my shoulders. Like, it's got to be better than picking fights with idiots on the road.
Yeah. I really hope those men didn't spend too much of their life following that guy.
They looked pretty old.
Nothing better to do. You cling on to things after retirement.
Yep.
So you guys have been walking for a little bit. As you're getting closer, the structure's looking bigger and bigger. And you can now see there's a giant hole where you assume a meteor probably crashed into this fort. There's a bunch of like loose stone kind of thrown out all around it.
Does it look like anybody is in the surrounding? Like, was it like an abandoned fort, or like was it a fort that was manned, or are there people milling around, or what's going on?
Sure. So it's it's out in the water. There's like a raised land path that'll take you to the entrance, but the rest of it is surrounded with water. Go and roll a perception check to scan the area.
And the hole is on the...
Yeah, the hole is like in the backside up at the top of this fortress, like it crashed down into the fort.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
But there's only one entrance you can get to.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
Makes sense.
I rolled a 3, so I basically like, wow, I've never seen a fort in the middle of the lake like that.
Lilith, do you want to roll perception, or just head on up there?
That's a 14.
Okay. So you can kind of look ahead. You don't see any movement outside this fort. The only windows you can see are like little called like murder holes. Just
Yeah, the murder holes.
Yeah, little holes. You can't really see into them.
Is it like smoking at all? Like a a meteor just hit it? Is it like smoking? Like maybe it was on fire? Or
So it was a few days ago now. So there's not.
Gotcha.
There's a little bit of smoke rising from it. You can't tell if that's from just rubble from the meteor or if people are in there running fires or anything.
Well, I guess we're gonna walk out there.
Yeah, seems abandoned to me.
All right, so you guys head down this little land bridge. It's not too long, so once you guys get to the fort, there's like a staircase up. You walk up the stairs, and you're faced with a fairly big double door wooden. You stop and listen, you don't hear anything.
This is one of those situations where you knock first, right?
Oh yeah, probably.
So I give it a two or three good raps on the back of my hand against the door.
Okay. You wait a little bit. You can hear the knocks kind of echo, but you hear nothing else. No reply.
I guess we should go in and check her out. And I'm gonna kind of quietly push the door open and see if I can get it open.
The door opens right up. Much easier than you expected it would be.
So I'm gonna Hubbard probably feels like the wrong weapon for close quarters, so I'm gonna put it on the sling on my back, and I'm gonna kind of pull a short sword and not have it out like I'm gonna attack, but just kind of have it kind of ready. And I'm gonna lean in and enter the building.
Yeah, I got my mace out. I'm ready for whatever.
Cool. So as you guys walk in, you see a row of blood-stained cloth and tattered notebooks spread out in this room. It looks like a makeshift infirmary. There's like a makeshift beds that you can tell, like not permanent, but people set them up kind of in an emergency. When you opened the door, a bunch of bats flew out. They woke up and got startled.
Does this look like it's like recent as of the meteor strike, or like long ago, like remnants of like a medical ward or something?
Go ahead and roll a history check, or investigation.
Let's try rolling it. I rolled an 8, unfortunately.
Can I look around with him?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna investigate. That's a 15.
Okay, so to you, Lilith, it looks like this stuff has been here for a while. Remnants of an old war. All the blood is very dry. Nothing looks fresh. There's a layer of dust covering everything.
So no chance of a health potion just laying around here.
Yeah,
roll
about
investigation.
Roll another investigation. All right.
Yeah,
You know,
this is fucking, man. It's digital dice are the worst.
yeah. I think they're rigged.
That's a 13.
You notice.
I rolled not a critical fail, but it ends up being a 1 with my.
So Killian looks around. He says, "No, there's nothing in here." And then Lilith looks around and notices a chest in the corner.
Oh.
I say a chest. It's just a wooden crate, not a chest.
Oh, okay. See, chests are usually trapped, but I feel better about this crate. And I'll open it up.
It's empty.
Dang. That was rough. Oh, that hurt. That got me right here. For the listeners, I'm pointing at my heart.
Yeah, it looks, although this is all old, it looks like it's been ravaged through many times. So in this room, it's all walled except straight ahead from where you open the door, there's a hallway. The air in here is kind of clear and damp. It smells kind of like manure.
Oh, wonderful.
It is, as soon as like the light from outside fades, the hallways get pitch black.
Oh, I do have dark vision, I believe. Features and traits. I do have dark vision. I can see 60 feet of shades of gray.
Right, nice. So you'll see this hallway in front of you goes down and then takes a right.
Well, should we be going in here, or should we get out and go to the hole and dig around in the hole and fill our bags with?
I gotta feel, as old as this place is and as ravaged as it appears to be, that the only interesting thing we're probably gonna find is that meteor. So maybe we should just focus on that.
The hole on the outside is like up high on the backside. You're not gonna be able to get to it from outside. I mean, you could try like scaling this wall, but it's not likely.
So we gather that this is the best bet, going down here. And
yeah, you do. It seems like the only way to get to where the meteor is.
Well, scratch that, Killian. I think I say we just keep going down here. Maybe maybe they left something behind, and we'll proceed, and I'll be in front, making sure there ain't no traps and there ain't no doobla-dabs or hang-em-a-bobs trying to kill us.
All right, so you start walking down this hallway, and there's no traps or anything. The walls are kind of wet stone, just very musty scent. And you can start to hear stuff in the distance now. It kind of starts, you can hear a few different things, a very faint, like singing almost. And then every now and then you can kind of hear a shrieking noise.
Oh my.
So
that's not great sounding.
You guys come up to the second room at the end of that hallway. So the second room looks a lot like the first room. There's just like cloth and old boots, some helmets kind of laying around. A layer of dust. There's an open door to the right, and you can start to see a faint light coming from that doorway. Killian, I guess you would notice the light too, even though you have dark vision, Lilith.
Well, gee, thanks.
The sounds get, they're getting a little louder as you get in. So,
boy.
Well, I mean, I guess we're gonna be heading towards the light, and I'm gonna kind of get my sword kind of ready to go, and I'm gonna walk up to the door, and I'm gonna listen and see if I can intuit anything happening on the other side of the door.
Okay, roll a perception.
I will help if that's okay with the DM.
Yeah, for sure.
Please do, sir. Please, please do. That was terrible. That was a 4.
Oh well, Lilith is here to shed some light on the ordeal. That's a 19.
Nice. So you will hear one set of wings flapping, and kind of a high-pitched snickering going on.
So my species is like, don't go spreading this around. Like, tieflings are known to be from the depths of hell, and naturally this is starting to sound somewhat like the depths of hell. Like my cousin Artie, who married my other cousin, like might be in there. And I really don't want a family reunion. However, I ain't got no money.
Might be better if you poke your head in there, and I mean, if it's sounding like your area of expertise.
Yeah, I guess I'll just walk in. Should I try to blend in as a tiefling? Should I try to blend in if they're devilish creatures? Should I just try to blend in, or should I go in full power of Angrath and just smat them all? Now,
I mean,
I haven't ever
certainly
done that, but
I feel like the smite them all is an interesting idea. I think there is a certain amount of irony in a tiefling dressed up like a nun. They may find that amusing.
That's true. I'm just gonna walk in. What's the worst that could happen? I die and I get to be with my family. I mean, I just walk in. I'll go. I walk in.
You open the door.
Yeah.
It's a bigger room with hallways on each wall, and over towards like the far corner, you see an imp hovering off the ground, flapping its wings, and it's kind of eating at a carcass.
Oh man.
Let's see. Yeah, it turns to you as soon as you walk in. It notices you walk in, and well, go ahead and roll initiative.
Oh. Well, with my -1 initiative, that's a 1, and I'm gonna just reaction as if I can just yell, "They ain't friendly. Help!"
I rolled a 14. I'm gonna sheathe the rapier, and I'm gonna whip the halberd out, and I'm gonna kind of enter the room ready to rock.
Okay, and it's gonna be your turn first, Killian, as the imp's starting to fly towards you, claws
Awesome. Claws out. How far away is he right now?
out. About 20 feet.
So I'm gonna move. Think here. I'm gonna. You know what? I'm going to hold my motion. I'm gonna hold my action.
Okay, so it's gonna be the imp's turn next, and he's just gonna fly right up to you guys to try to take a bite. Do you get like a attack of opportunity or?
I do, sir.
Right.
So the second he gets within range of me, I get an attack of opportunity. So I'm going to roll to attack.
Okay.
So that's an 11. Unfortunately, is that a?
Okay, that will not hit.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and take my action then.
Okay.
That I held. That's an 18.
Oh yeah, that'll hit.
Cool. So I'm gonna take a slash at him. So wait a minute, that's not right. I'm trying to think. I think I've got a thing on here that lets me change a 1. Oh no, I think that's for an attack roll, not necessarily a damage roll. So that'll be
You get to,
a 3.
as a fighter, you get to reroll 1s on damage.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
So
I think it's one of the features.
Gotcha. That's a better. So that'll be an 8 on the attack, and then I'm going to roll my second attack for the backhand, and that'll be a 2. So I'll pop that up to 10.
Okay, perfect. So as the imp flies into you, you hit him with the 1-2, and on your second, on that uppercut, it slides right through his face, and it falls to the ground dead before even getting a chance to attack.
Nice.
And then it's quiet in this room. You hear things throughout the fort now. Now that you're in a little bit deeper, you can hear the echoes.
Nice. Did this little scuffle? Does it sound like anybody? Did we make a lot of noise, or did it sound like that caught anybody's attention?
No, it was really quiet. It just had time. It just flew at you and then immediately died. So it didn't have time to like yell out or anything. So,
awesome.
Yeah, it's quiet in this room now.
Cool. I'm gonna kind of wave Lilith in and be like, "I think we got him."
All right. What should we go to now? Is there another door that you see?
Oh, I was gonna say before we get too deep into the room, Killian's gonna check the body of the imp real quick, just see if he's got anything on him of interest.
The imp has no. It was a naked fiend. Nice. No weapons or anything. He's just using claws and his finger. So
get his toenails. Those are collectible.
Okay. Killian's gonna pull a dagger out of his scabbard real quick and plop off some toenails, and I guess you can have these, Lilith. It's not really my jam.
Thanks.
Yes. You pop one off and blood starts to spurt out of that toe. You dug a little too deep on that one. But yeah, no problem. You got him off.
Cool. I want to quietly kind of go over to the body he was chomping on and see if we can see anything interesting there.
Okay, yeah. You inspect the body, and you notice it's full of scales all over. The feet are massive compared to your feet. You'll notice it's a lizard folk.
Lizard folk.
There's a big wooden club next to the body and a shield.
Mm-hmm.
Looked like he was killed.
I'm gonna check. Can I check his body for anything of interest?
Yeah, he also doesn't have anything. Just the weapon.
Just those weapons.
Yeah.
Nice.
Are lizard folk from around here normally, Mr. Dungeon Master?
Make history. check.
I got a 6 on that one.
I got a 16.
No, they're not from around here.
And he was armed.
Yeah. Roll a investigation check.
Ooh, with a natural 2. I'm playing with my imp toenails.
Killian, you can roll one if you would like.
Cool. Investigation has been not my strong suit.
I
Looks like a
believe in you.
10.
Okay, that's enough. You can see there's a big wound in his chest, like a hole from where it looks like he got stung by the imp, and that's what slayed him. So you assume that's, they were fighting and that's how he died.
Nice. See right here, I think this is where he got it.
Yeah.
Will you guys do anything else in this room?
Is there anything else in this room, or is it just kind of torn to pieces?
While you guys are talking, you see a flash of light behind you. A red flash lights up the room for a split second.
My.
You turn around, you hear this snarling as a hellhound walks what appears out of nowhere, and he starts growling at you. Go ahead and roll initiative.
Yes, sir.
This is what we get for dallying. That's a 9.
Got a 1 again.
Jeez. Okay. Well, it's gonna be the same order. Killian's gonna start it off.
How far away am I from the Hellhound?
You're on like opposite corners of the room, so it's gonna be about 25 feet.
25 feet. All right, I think Killian is going to hold his position and just like do kind of what he did last time. He's going to wait for that. He's going to prep and ready and then wait for the Hellhound to charge him.
Okay. Perfect. He's so then it's going to be the Hellhound's turn. He's going to walk up about 15 feet. So he'll be within 10 feet. Is that close enough? Okay, go ahead and take your attacks.
Yep, so once he gets into 10 feet territory, I can hit him. So I'm going to take a swipe at him with the halberd. Ooh, that's a 7 to hit.
No, that will not hit.
Cool. I'll go ahead and just launch directly into my attack then. So I'll roll again to hit, and that looks like a 13 to hit.
Nope, not quite.
Bummer.
So you swing,
I'm gonna
able to dodge it.
Cool, and I'm gonna take a big kind of sidestep off to one side to keep distance on him. So I'll keep it so he's just 15 feet away from me.
Okay. Perfect. He's going to go ahead and use his fire breath. I think, it would hit you both. It's a 15-foot cone from where he's at.
Yeah.
So, it'll hit you both. Go ahead and make dex saving throws.
Wonderful. Oh no, I got a 0 because I rolled a natural 1 and my dex is -1.
Okay.
I rolled a 16.
16. Okay. So you were able, because you stepped back, it just barely burned you, Killian. Lilith, you trip and you fall straight face first into the flames.
Oof.
Face first into the flames. Story of my life.
It's going to be 18 points of fire damage to
Ow.
Lilith. It'll be half that, so 9 points for Killian.
Ooh, I'm hurting again.
Oh boy.
All right. So Killian is not happy about that one bit. I'll have to wait and see. So does 18 drop you, or what is it?
Pretty close.
How are you looking?
I am on fire. I am Anakin falling down into the lava river. It's not looking good.
Well, it's going to be your turn, Lilith. Let's see if you can hang on.
Well, as a bonus action, I'd like to summon a giant mace. That would be my spiritual weapon. And I think, let me read it real quick. Spiritual weapon. You create a floating spectral weapon with range that lasts for the duration until you cast a spell. When you cast a spell, you can make a melee spell attack. So this is I can cast this as a bonus action. Oh no, it's my actual full action to summon it and attack with it.
Okay.
So I'm not gonna do that. because if I don't heal right now, I won't be doing nothing the next round. So I'm gonna use my channel divinity and go ahead and give myself 15 points back of HP. And I look over at my friend Killian and says, "Sweetie, I'm sorry, I can't give you nothing."
It's okay. I think we got this.
And I hold up my shield, and I wait.
Okay, it's gonna be back to Killian, top of the round.
So Killian's gonna move in to striking distance with this halberd, and he's going to take a swipe.
Right.
And that is so I've got the combat perk that gives me a nat 20 on 19, so that's a nat 20.
Okay, yeah, awesome.
So see, that is a 7 damage, and then I'll roll my backhand. It's another 4.
Cool.
So 11 total. Then whatever the crit roll does to that.
How do you do the crit roll?
Yeah, I forget. Is it double or is it just like
you double the dice? So you roll the dice once and you double that number.
Okay, so it'll be 11 times 2, so 22.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, that messed it up. That's you can tell this dog is barely hanging on now.
Is he still standing?
He is still standing. He's limping. And
so man, I don't really want to burn my action surge this soon, but I think I'm going to take my bonus action so I've got second wind to give myself a little top off a little bit on HP here. So D10 plus 3. Oof, feels bad, man. So that's going to be I'm going to heal myself 4.
Oh no! You only rolled a 1.
Yeah, I only rolled a 1.
Man,
dude, this digital dice are killing me.
Yeah.
All right, is that gonna finish your turn?
Yeah, and I moved to get up to him, so I didn't get to move out.
Okay, well this dog is looking pretty rough, but he's gonna try to take a bite at you, Killian.
Cool.
Oh yeah, 24 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Dead.
Died.
Dead.
6 points of piercing damage.
Okay, I can deal with that.
And that's all the Hellhound's gonna be able to do. On to Lilith.
I'm not even gonna think about it. I'm gonna swing my mace at him. Oh, and with an 18, I hope that hits.
Yeah, that'll hit it.
I'll go ahead and roll my bludgeoning damage with 1. That's a 1, so plus 1, 2 points of bludgeoning damage. Is he still kicking?
Nope, that'll do it.
Yes.
So you just barely tap this Hellhound on the inside the head, but it's it was enough, and it falls over. And
suck it.
It's quiet in the room again.
We better get moving.
Yeah, this lingering business is getting us killed.
Yeah.
So you guys will notice there's hallways on each side of the wall. The one to your left, however, you can see a faint light coming from that way, whereas the other ones are all pitch black.
Kind of dark.
Yeah.
Do we have any kind of intuition based off of like how we entered the building, like which direction would be the best way to head if we're heading to where we think the hole in the roof is?
Not really. It just seems on the opposite side of where you entered. You would assume where it crashed through, the light is coming in from the hole. So that's kind of, you think that's what you're starting to see?
Cool.
Through this.
Well, then I'm going to I'm gonna limp my bleeding backside up towards the light, I guess.
All right. So you guys enter that hallway. How are you guys looking? Pretty rough.
Yeah, like I've got 4 left.
I'm okay. I got 21 to 24. I have a cure wounds. I'm gonna go ahead and burn it now. Here, I'll do it at level 2 for 2d8 plus 6. That's 16 points of holy healing.
I will take it. Thank you.
And yeah, you
That
owe
brings
me
me
a
back
beer.
that brings me back up to 20 out of 28.
All right. And we go to the light.
Cool. So you guys go in and you go into the next room. It's empty in here. There's like rubble on the ground, but no creatures or anything. The doors, there's like big double doors that are shut. There are windows up above it. You can see the light coming through. You can hear stuff on the other side of the door. You can roll perception if you want to know. See if you can figure out more specifically.
So I rolled a 18 perception.
Okay, cool. So you can hear hellish sounds coming, shrieks and stuff, and then it sounds like he's fighting something. You can hear kind of, I don't know what lizard sounds. You assume it's a lizard folk fighting an imp. Yeah, they're yeah.
We don't think this was a lizard fort, so they're probably here to do the same thing we're doing, right?
Or they rode in on the shooting star. That's Lilith's theory.
That's as possible as anything.
Roll. No, you wouldn't know yet. You have theories, but there's just no way of telling yet. So do you guys want to enter the room?
Is there, so before we kick open that double door, is there anything of interest in this room?
No, not really. It's pretty bare. There's rubble on the ground, just random like broken boxes and stuff. Not really anything that looks valuable.
Cool. Well, let us not linger, I say, before more hellhounds show up. And Killian's gonna walk up to the door. Does it look like the kind of thing I can just push open, or do I need to? Is it locked or?
No. It looks like it'll open pretty easily. These doors looked old and kind of like all the locks have rusted off over time, and you can open it no problem.
Okay, I'm gonna look over my shoulder, and I'm gonna. We're gonna go on 3. Okay.
All right.
I go 1, 2, and I kick.
All right, you guys enter the room and you see a big lizard man, got a club and a shield, and he's fighting this imp that looks exactly like the one you fought earlier.
Let's just run through. What do you think? Just run through. Let them fight.
We don't know anything about lizard men, right? Like, if we help this guy out, you think he'll be cool, or you think we're going to be picking another fight?
It's not bad to have friends.
I roll. What would you do? History?
I'm fine with just taking a swing at the end.
I'm fine with just fighting the imp too. He's the imp is a lot less friendly looking.
Yeah, that first imp went down pretty quick. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to position myself just within halberd range of the imp, but where the imp is between me and the lizard guy, and I'm going to take a swing at the imp.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. Roll a hit.
I'm going to follow if I can, if he doesn't kill him.
That's a 17?
Yeah, that hits. You want to roll damage?
Yeah, so that's a 12 plus 1, so that's a 13.
Yeah, that'll finish it off. How do you want to describe it?
So I kind of it looks like the imp and the lizard man are kind of locked in some sort of grapple, and their lizard man is not quite able to get the imp off of him, and the imp is just kind of snapping away at him. And I just take one swipe across the back of the imp, and he just goes and falls off of the lizard man, dead on the ground. And I kind of jam my halberd, like the butt of my halberd, onto the ground, and just kind of look at the lizard man like, "We cool, bro? We cool?"
Perfect. So the lizard kind of relaxes for a second now that the imp is off him, as he looks at you guys, just trying to size you up to see you guys look different than the imp. But before he has time to talk, a portal opens behind him. You see a flash of light as 2 more imps fly in. And he turns around to face them. He looks back at you guys and just says, get help, and points towards the hallway past him. And he starts fighting these 2 imps.
Get help. Okay.
So there's on the opposite side, there's open doors already.
Open doors.
And the light is brighter.
So I'm gonna pivot in place and start charging for that open door. And as I do so, I'm gonna go, "What's your name?"
He manages to reply in the middle of his fight, Kusk. But you can't tell if that's his name or if he's just something he yelled during the fight.
Something.
Kusk.
Roger that.
And he just proceeds to start fighting these imps, keeping them occupied so they're not after you guys. You guys carry on.
Cool. Head into the next room through the next doors.
Cool. The next room is a long hallway. As you guys go, you see flashes of light happening behind you as like imps and hellhounds are starting to crawl in. They're far enough back that you can just keep running if you want. Yeah,
I like that idea. Let Kusk handle that.
Bye, Kusk. Later, bro.
Hope you find your dad.
Yeah.
All right, so you get to the end of this hallway. There's another set of double doors, and the light coming through the windows above it looks like straight up sky. So, yeah, you guys want to go through the doors?
Yeah.
Please.
All right. You push the doors open. You see a big room. You see a giant rock in the middle of it. Debris all over this room. And you just see tons of lizard folk, probably 35 to 40 women, children. There's a few like strong looking fighters right by the door that immediately face you. And you can see people like bowing down up by the rock and a few people touching it. And
nice.
There's no hellish creatures in here, just the lizard folk. The 2 men look at you guys, just immediately draw their weapons and say, "What are you doing?"
So I kind of put my hand up and I kind of put my halberd on the ground so I'm not being threatening. But I put my hand up and I say, "I know I'm running around here with a tiefling here, but she's cool. Your buddy Kusk, 2 rooms back, is locked in some serious combat with a bunch of demons, and he's going to need your all's help."
I cast Bless. And I can... Well, let me find out. It sounds good. It sounds like it'd be good to help with making friends. So you bless up to 3 creatures. So the 3 most like willing of them, I'll bless them. And whenever a target makes an attack roll or saving throw before the spell ends, the target can roll a d4 to the number rolled. So they get an extra d4 on attack rolls or saving throws for a minute. So 6 rounds.
Okay, sweet. So
they know I'm friendly.
Yes, and when you say Kusk's name, this guy right in front of you immediately turns and calls out and says, "Trut, come with me. We must save him. Cause, you stay here and watch these 2." And the 2 take off, and then there's just one more guard-looking guy in the room. So he's the only one that looks intimidating here. The rest of them look kind of like old, elderly, or women and children. And it's just quiet in this room, and he's just standing between you and the meteor. What are you guys doing here?
Did
you come through one of the portals?
No, we came from a town up the road a bit.
Yeah, we were just gonna check out the meteor and see what it had done, because we knew there was a fort here, and we were hoping that our nation's history was not destroyed by the meteor.
As you guys are talking, you like every few like 10 seconds or so, you just see flash, like bright red flashes coming through the windows behind you. Not in this room, and you can just hear loud like shrieks and yells, and you can tell this guy's kind of listening to you, but he's really looking past you.
Oh, should we go fight? Is that what?
There's no use. We've lost so many men. We don't know how to stop these portals. We've never seen anything like this till this meteor arrived.
Oh, so this meteor brought this.
Is this a or you brought all your clan up here with you to check it out, huh? Or are you up here worshiping it or just investigating?
Yeah. Personally, I'm not sure why, but the elders of the group, they have taken to worshiping the meteor, and we're here to protect them. They're way smarter than I am, so I don't question it. But as you can tell, we've lost many of our soldiers. We moved into this fort probably about 2 or 3 months ago, and we never had any of these flying red bats or these evil dogs before. And just you can see the flashes just keep going off back there.
Is there a somebody who appears to be like the head of the wise old lizard people that we could probably get their attention and talk to them a little bit?
Yeah, there's you see a few people like in robes that you would assume probably means they're a little bit more spiritually in tune than the soldiers. This guy, he kind of is standing down, so you're free to walk around. And,
wandering. I'm gonna walk over to whoever I think looks like the most seniority, highest in command of the elderly lizard folk, and I'm gonna extend a hand and say, "Howdy, my name is Killian. What is all your all's intentions with this meteor? And are you interested in having somebody take it off your hands and maybe stopping this onslaught?"
He looks up at you and he says, "You cannot take this meteor. I am Jidazak. I am the elder of this clan, and our clan has never had purpose till this meteor arrived. You are not going to take it."
Well, what makes you think it brought you purpose?
Are you in tune with the arcane?
Somewhat.
With that, he kind of reaches over and grabs each of your hand and puts it on the meteor.
Oh boy.
Roll Arcana checks.
This should be amusing. So I'm a 14.
Okay.
Which is surprising.
So you both, your hands touch this big rock, and it just feels like a rock. You feel nothing special. You're kind of like you don't like how the scaly hands feel against your skin, but you don't feel anything from the rock. If we could just figure out how to stop the portals, we could properly worship.
I mean, I feel like so this feels real mystical and all, but is it crossed your mind that maybe these demons are never going to stop coming because there's an awful lot of demons in hell and they're just going to keep on coming until they can get this rock?
Well, but they didn't. No, they have to stop. There's only a few of us left. We have to figure it out. What are we going to do? We can't leave the meteor. And he's just he's not having any of it. Why did you guys come here?
Well, I guess I'm speaking for the group. We were the pickaxes on our backs might have given us away. We were going to investigate this rock. We were going to see what it brought to the world.
Largely in the way of loot and coins in our hand.
Yeah, to be blunt.
To be blunt about it.
This old lizard man looks at both of you and, well, I'll give you you have 2 options. You can just leave here, be on your way, forget what you saw, or you can die in here with the rest of us. And you can see kind of brandishes like a sharp looking dagger. He's like, "You're not taking this rock."
Interesting.
And you start to look around, all of the older lizard folk are brandishing daggers. They don't look super threatening, but I mean, that's still sharp knives.
I look at Jidazak and I'm saying, "Sir, my disposition is such that I'm not real interested in stealing some man's holy rock. I'm not real interested in dying over it, anyways.
I'd agree with my friend here. We'll let you be. We'll let you fight your demons, and
I think
yeah.
that's I appreciate that. I think we all know this is the end of our clan, and I think we've all accepted it.
Well, do they know this?
Right.
Does everyone here know? Excuse me,
Y'all cool with that?
I'm gonna stand I'm gonna stand up. I'm gonna say, this guy is speaking for all of you when he says that you're all willing to die in here for this rock. And I'm gonna cast. I'm gonna look out to the group, see if anybody is somewhat seems like they're being coerced into saying yes, or try to read them.
Okay. What are you casting?
I'm not casting anything yet. I want to read the crowd.
Cool. So like insight checks, or just one insight check?
Yeah. I'll roll. Gosh. That's a 6. So hopefully Killian rolls good.
I rolled an 8.
Okay. Well, I mean, you don't notice anyone. It seems like everyone's on board with it. Like, you can tell some people are scared, but this is what they feel like they have to do, I guess.
I'm going to walk up to a random one and cast Greater Restoration. Or no, not Greater, Lesser Restoration. I wish I had Greater Restoration. Lesser Restoration, what it does. You touch a creature and can end either one disease or one condition affecting it. Blinded, deaf, and paralyzed or poisoned. I guess it doesn't really do much. I'm just going to try to clear his brain with a lesser restoration, see if I can gather anything or clear him up at all.
He kind of looks at you confused.
You good?
I appreciate. I think you're trying to help. I'm fine. I know this might seem weird to you guys, but you're the ones that just barged into our place of worship, and no one asked you to come here.
Well, someone did, but that's beside the point.
Yeah, I to be fair, I don't think that old lady knew much about what's happened over here when she sent us this way. So
we'll let you be. We didn't see anything, and we'll share your stories years from now after you're all gone.
And you can see the flashes are picking up out in the hallway. Like, since you guys have been in here, they're becoming more and more rapid.
Boy.
How do we get out of this room?
Jidazask comes over. He's like, we appreciate you guys respecting our decision. You can exit here if you'd like to. And he gestures to the hole where the meteor came in. If you go over there and look down, you'll see you could jump into the water from here. And you can hear the creatures out in the hallway kind of starting to try to break down the door to get in.
Boy. All right.
You can see the, was it a Kaz that was standing guard? He's looking terrified, but he's standing his ground.
Well, on that note, wish you all well. Have a safe voyage to the ever after, and Godspeed, I guess. And Killian's gonna take one step off the edge there and jump out.
Lilith, roll a perception check before you jump.
I probably should have done a check before I jumped into the boat.
Killian's just ready to get out of there.
He's like, yeah, I'm not a big fan of this.
Yeah.
Sorry for that dead air there. 12.
Oh, okay, so like right before you, I'm assuming you're gonna jump. So right before you jump,
right after him, yes.
You just take a look back and you can see like the elders going up to the kids and kind of doing like some hand symbol prayer thing, and then like inserting the knife into the throat of the kid.
Oof.
Oh,
glad I jumped then.
It looks like you can tell they're doing it so they don't get ripped apart by hellhounds and imps.
Again, we're swimming. I am from hell, and that was messed up.
Yeah, we're doggy paddling or whatever back to the shore or whatever, and it's like, yeah, frankly speaking, I don't need magical armor that bad.
Yeah, boy, is that lady back at the town gonna be surprised and maybe a little disappointed, but I think she'll understand.
I
Maybe she'll
guess
have
we could
something
always
else.
just we could just tell her that we didn't find anything and let her know that there wasn't anything, so that they don't come and look in themselves.
That's a good idea. Yeah, let's do that.
But if we come across Jonas, then
He
maybe we
needs
tell
to
him
check
about it.
this out. Jonas needs to check this out.
Yeah, just if that dude needs a higher calling, so to speak, check out the fort.
You know, yeah, it's very, very interesting today. Very interesting. I'm broke.
Yeah, you
And
got 5 gold.
Yeah, you got 5 gold out of it.
who said, who was that? I heard 2 people say I had 5 gold. Thank you, Agrath.
You're welcome. Cool. So you guys start heading back to the town, and we're gonna end the session there.
All right. I don't have to talk like that anymore. I didn't have to in the first place. I did it to myself.
I like that voice. That was good. Cool. I don't know where to start. Nick, what did you think about that little module?
I thought it was fun. It ends in a really dark place.
Yeah.
It's a hard left zag at the very end there. But
Yeah. Cool.
Agree.
Dylan?
Yeah, it was good. Interesting
Yes.
for sure. Like, I'm like if it was more of a long-term game, you can make it more dungeony and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the end is kind of like, oh, I feel like the players might get upset about that one because they just spent some time to not get anything. I guess
Right.
if it's more dungeony, then you may get more gold out of it, but you don't get your cool magical armor or whatever. But I have a theory about twist endings, and you got to over deliver if you're gonna twist. If you're gonna do a twist ending, I'm not quite sure that one was over expectations. Like, I'm going to give you magical armor, but oh wait, it's magical armor and you can summon a dragon or something like that. You know, not like I'm not going to give you anything, but you learned about a religion.
Okay, well,
there's definitely a theme, and there's definitely like a moral. I like that part, but
so my character was a kind of lawful neutral. Yeah. And so, like, I think if I were a less scrupulous person, I probably would have tried to get some gold out of the lizard people at the end before we jumped out.
Yeah.
Or some treasure, be like, hey, like, you guys are. It sounds like you guys are not long for this world. You got any valuables you'd want to? Let us have on your behalf.
For sure. So there was many different endings that could have happened based off what happened.
Okay.
Interesting.
Which I made that one up. So sorry.
Oh no!
So there was a way to stop the portals. If you guys rolled higher on your Arcana, you could have stopped the portals from opening. And then you could have also fought the lizard people and mined some of the meteor and went back and got the armor.
What about the demons?
You would have had to either like fight them off while you mined it, or do both of those, shut down the portals and kill the lizard people.
And how do you shut off the portals?
You have to roll a 15 or higher Arcana. And you
so I was really close then.
Yeah, you got a 14.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. Like the non magic user is like, oh, I just think you just turn it off and on.
Yeah, you just shut it off. Yeah. So I definitely wasn't prepared enough for why the lizard people were worshiping this thing. So sorry if that part kind of.
So there was a reason though. There was more.
They didn't give anything in this module. They just said it. They just say the lizard folk started to worship this meteor. So I should have figured that out ahead of time. I just didn't. It's one of those things I didn't think would come up, I guess.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah. So yeah, if you were putting this into a longer campaign, you could hint at that shooting star, like much more previously. Yeah, which is cool. I like the thing with Jonas. That was fun.
Yeah.
I was gonna have
Yeah.
him like kill you or like take you down to the ground if you stuck around long enough.
He was a
I'm glad
turd.
I'm
Yeah.
glad I rolled a 20 then on my attack on him.
Yeah, for sure.
Or no,
And
on my intimidate.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
the
Intimidation.
intimidation. It does have like a more dungeon. It provides like a map with
Hmm.
much more dungeony. I just took you guys straight to the meteor with the
Yeah.
light.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was cool.
Yeah. So we could have ended. Okay. So maybe in like a more full campaign setting, we would have fought off the lizard people or fought off the demons, and hopefully if would have had somebody roll a higher arcana to get rid of the. Yeah. I think
Portals.
the writer of the module maybe could have added a second way, like I don't know. I'll say it every time. You got to have a puzzle or something. Like you can't leave that
Mhm.
kind of thing up to the dice, because otherwise the players are just going to think, oh,
Nothing there.
I don't want to kill these people who are just trying to do what they think is right, and I don't want to continually fight off these demon people to die for them. So I'm just going to leave. So I think they
Yeah.
should have. I think the module should have had something else.
Yeah,
Like,
or maybe just needed more players. Really, I mean, like I think in a
someone would have rolled a higher arcana.
Yeah.
Surely out of 5
So
players or
maybe
so. But you
so
can't
maybe
make
maybe it needed something a little bit balance wise to help balance out for fewer players, because
Yeah.
a traditional party would probably be 3 or 4.
Right.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Because yeah, it said like the lizard folk weren't gonna let you mine it, so you would have
Yeah.
had to fight them. Yeah. See, I didn't when I was preparing. I didn't think you guys would try to befriend the lizard folk at all. So I thought it was gonna immediately just turn to fighting them, but so
Yeah.
but yeah, that was,
We may have, I don't know what we would have done if the demons would have stopped coming, if we'd have rolled a high enough arcana. I think we would have.
Mhm.
I don't know if we would have killed them
tried
because we
to
were
mine a
both
little bit.
like good or whatever. But
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. You need an evil person in the party to
yeah, you
balance it out.
gotta have someone in the party to.
Yeah.
Just
talk
somebody
about it.
really unscrupulous to take a swing at the meteor.
Yeah. Well, cool. Yeah, if you got the metal out and got it back, or if it would craft you a +1 armor of your
Okay.
choice.
Nice.
Okay. Everybody in the party would have gotten that.
Yeah.
Nice. That's cool.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
cool.
that one's good. Nick, 1 out of 5, or not 1 out of 5. What out of 5 do you think?
I would say, I would say, I'd give it a 3.
Yeah.
Like I
It's
think,
kind
I think the Jonas stuff was kind of fun, and
yes.
I think it wasn't super out of balance for a 2-person party, and we managed to make it all the way out, so it wasn't, but just so kind of kept us on our toes, which is I think a good amount of
Mhm.
tension to maintain. And I kind of agree with what you were saying a little bit earlier, like it's missing just a little bit at the very end to give it a if you're gonna pull a Jonestown there at the end, you almost need a little bit of extra something. You need something to let the party feel like they won.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, maybe the lizard folk give us something, like offer something
Yeah.
up to us, like
Oh, true. Or like,
send us on
Yeah,
some kind of
no,
journey to their homeland.
and
To
we don't need this stuff anymore because we are willing to
ascending.
sacrifice ourselves for this
Yeah.
meteor, so you can have our worldly belongings.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then,
And-
yeah, maybe like take the kids with you and send them to us so they don't have to kill the kids.
See
Yeah.
that would have been
Yeah. So
yeah.
it sounds like at the ending, I give it about a 3 too. That's what I was thinking. It sounds like, yeah, the ending, the stuff in the middle was great. Everything was really good.
Yeah.
The ending, though, they should have given you like a little more, I think. I feel like you gotta, I don't know how you write that, not expect. I mean, it's hard. It's hard to come up with every solution, but
Sure. Yeah.
I think they could have added that.
And which
It's a really real cool concept. I love everything. But
Mhm.
maybe with a bigger party, it wouldn't have gone quite that way, or that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause I would imagine with a bigger party, I mean, like just from my character's perspective, he's not he's still pretty lawful, so like he's not gonna like just go murder a bunch of people that he might consider to be innocent. So I think we're, at least for me, I was a little more primed to be like, I want to talk my way out of some of this and maybe not just murder everything. Like if this was the other campaign we're playing right now, I think Viz would probably have just melted everybody. But
Yeah.
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 Which I wonder if I should have just made the lizards hostile to you right off the bat.
I thought it was cool that they weren't.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm thinking about it. Like, I don't know. It's hard to. This is the first one I think that I'm kind of wondering. Could it have been written differently for the ending? And it's really hard to say because everything else has just been really, really good and dungeony.
Yeah.
And good progress, a good ending. And this one was just kind of good progress and everything. It was just, maybe we just chose the ending. I think the main problem is leaving something as big as those portals going away to a roll.
Yeah.
To a roll by every player. I think that's the problem. So if you want something to happen, if you want something to happen in the ending, you got to make multiple ways for it to happen.
Yeah, for sure. I will say this was like super detailed on, like it gave like Orif, it gives her like description, personality, motivation, voice. Like it gives tons of information.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
And like each room in the dungeon, it has like the monsters that should have been there, which I changed because you guys were almost dead. But and also like how much XP rewarded for each room.
Oh, that's good.
So it's like super in depth on all, like the dungeon part was really thought out.
Okay, cool.
But it's just that like that whole religion thing, and I didn't know what to do with.
Okay.
That's cool. Yeah. Were there any like boons or loot or rewards and going the other ways at the beginning there instead of heading towards the light?
Yeah, there would be different loot and different rooms because it was a big dungeon basically. So
yeah, anything big and cool to note from the loot there, or
I mean, to be honest, I haven't like read through each thing. Yeah, it's like a lot of gold and.
Gotcha.
I don't think any like major cool items. There are some like puzzles throughout the different rooms.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, but,
that's good. That's me. D&D. You don't got a good dungeon until there's a puzzle in there.
Yeah, but I just kind of avoided most of that just for the sake of time.
Yeah, brevity.
Yeah.
Cool.
I rated a 3 also, by the way.
Really?
Yeah.
It's funny. In my opinion, they put a lot of the detail. I guess a lot of detail in dungeons is good, but maybe put a little more of that detail in the end. I don't know. It's just the one thing's bothering me is that they left it all up to an Arcana check, really, on the stone.
That's what's the portals. Yeah.
That's what's But other than that, it was good. From what it sounds like, the dungeon part would be really fun. So run this one. If you're running it in your campaign, DMs account for nothing going right and have something in your hip pocket for the players.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Cool. You guys good?
Nick, yeah, good. Nick, thanks a ton for giving us an hour and a half, 2 hours of your time. And it was wonderful to meet Killian. I love playing fighters. Fighters are fun.
Yeah, no, absolutely. If you ever need somebody to swoop in at the last moment to help out with something, let me know.
Oh, we will for sure.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Nick.
All right, thanks for listening, everyone. Bye.
3, 2, 1.
This show is part of the Pencil Rocket Network. Visit pencilrocketnetwork.com to check out our other shows. Have a nice trip.
We have liftoff.
Hey, did you enjoy that one shot you just heard? Would you like to run your own? If you visit dungeons.tech/pod and enter your email address, we will send you free modules that we created, as well as links to our favorite modules from the community. That's dungeons.tech/pod.